25 Japanese rice cooker tricks your grandmother should have taught you. What if I told you that Japanese households have been using their rice cookers to do things that most people in the West have never even thought of? And I'm not talking about just cooking rice. I'm talking about full meals, desserts, breakfasts, and quiet little hacks that will completely change the way you look at that appliance sitting on your counter. Today, we are counting down 25 of the most clever Japanese rice cooker tricks that home cooks have been quietly using for decades. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you're going to want to walk straight into your kitchen and try it immediately. Let's go. Number 25. Make the softest scrambled eggs of your life. Crack 3 eggs into your rice cooker pot. Add a splash of milk, a pinch of salt, and a small knob of butter. Whisk it right in the pot. Close the lid and press cook. Stir gently every 2 minutes. The indirect, low, steady heat of the rice cooker cooks the eggs at a temperature so consistent that they cannot overcook. And the automatic shutoff means you can walk away entirely. What you get are the creamiest, softest scrambled eggs you have ever made. Perfect for a Japanese-style breakfast next to a bowl of rice and miso soup. Number 24. Cook overnight oatmeal without burning it. Set your rice cooker to the warm setting before bed. Add 1 cup of oats, 3 cups of water, a pinch of salt, and any toppings you like. In the morning, you wake up to perfectly creamy oatmeal waiting for you. The warm setting sits at just the right temperature to break down the oats slowly through the night without scorching the bottom. Japanese families adapted this technique from making rice porridge, and it turns your breakfast into a hands-off, ready when you are experience. Number 23. Steam fish with restaurant-level tenderness. Season a fish fillet with a splash of soy sauce, a little sesame oil, sliced ginger, and green onion. Place it on the steamer rack, add water to the bottom of the pot, and steam for 10 to 15 minutes depending on thickness. Steaming locks in every drop of moisture without adding a single calorie of extra oil, which is why Japanese cooking leans so heavily on this method. The result is flaky, tender fish that absorbs every bit of seasoning you put on it. Number 22. Bake a simple cake without an oven. Mix a basic sponge cake batter, pour it into your lightly greased rice cooker bowl, and press cook. When the button pops to warm, press it back down. Repeat 2 or 3 times over about 40 minutes. The bottom turns beautifully golden, while the top stays soft and steamed. Japanese home bakers have been making sponge cakes this way for generations in small apartments without ovens. And the texture you get is closer to a Japanese bakery than anything you can pull out of a standard oven. Number 21. Reheat leftover pizza without ruining it. Yes, this actually works. Place a slice or 2 on the steamer rack above a small amount of water. Close the lid and run the cook cycle for 3 to 4 minutes. The gentle steam reheats the pizza from all sides at once. The crust stays reasonably crisp instead of turning into rubber. And the cheese melts evenly instead of separating into oil pools. Once you try this, you will never microwave leftover pizza again. Number 20. Steam vegetables while your rice cooks underneath. Place broccoli, carrots, snap peas, or any combination of vegetables on the steamer rack above your cooking rice. When the rice is done, so are the vegetables. This is not just clever, it is genuinely healthier. Steaming inside the sealed environment of the rice cooker keeps water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins locked inside the vegetable instead of leaching into boiling water. Japanese cooks have understood this intuitively for generations, and modern nutrition research has now confirmed it. Number 19. Make silky rice porridge with almost no effort. Japanese okayu is one of the most comforting foods on earth, and the rice cooker makes it almost effortless. Add 1 cup of rice to 6 cups of water or dashi. Add a piece of ginger and a pinch of salt, and press cook. When it finishes, stir vigorously and press cook again. Repeat 2 or 3 times until the rice breaks down into a thick, silky porridge. Top with a soft boiled egg, a drizzle of soy sauce, and a scatter of green onion. This is the meal Japanese mothers make for anyone who feels tired, sick, or simply needs to be taken care of. Number 18. Cook any grain, not just rice. Quinoa, barley, farro, millet. The rice cooker handles them all using the same principle. Add the grain, add the correct ratio of liquid, and press cook. The sensor detects when the liquid has been absorbed and shuts off automatically. Japanese households increasingly use their rice cookers as an all-purpose grain machine. And the results are more consistent than what you get on a stovetop because there is nothing to burn, nothing to check, and no guessing involved. Number 17. Steam. Dumplings and buns without a bamboo steamer. Place your dumplings or steamed buns on a piece of parchment paper on the steaming rack. Add water to the bottom of the pot and press cook. The steam produced is thorough and even, so the dough stays soft and the filling heats all the way through without drying out. This is the technique Japanese families use when they want gyoza or bao without buying a dedicated bamboo steamer. Number 16. Infuse your rice with dashi or coconut milk. Instead of plain water, use dashi, chicken broth, or coconut milk to cook your rice. This is one of the easiest upgrades in the entire Japanese kitchen. Dashi cooked rice becomes deeply savory and forms a perfect base for grilled fish or braised meats. Coconut rice pairs beautifully with tropical Japanese Hawaiian dishes. The starch absorbs whatever liquid you use, so every grain becomes fully infused with flavor. Zero extra effort, massive flavor upgrade. Number 15. Hard-boiled eggs in bulk for the week. Line eggs up on your steaming rack above water and cook them all at once. Because the steam is consistent throughout the cooker, every egg cooks evenly, regardless of where it sits. Japanese families use this method for meal prep constantly because it is completely hands-off and reliable. Once done, transfer them to an ice bath, and you have a full week of protein-ready snacks or lunch add-ons. Number 14. Braised chicken in soy sauce and mirin without watching the pot. Place bone-in chicken thighs in the rice cooker bowl. Mix soy sauce, mirin, a little sugar, garlic, and ginger, and pour it over the chicken. Add a 1/4 cup of water and press cook. The chicken braises gently in its own juices, and the sauce reduces into something deeply glossy and savory. This is a simplified home version of the classic Japanese soy braised chicken, and it requires almost no active cooking time whatsoever. Number 13. Make silky tofu pudding for breakfast. Warm silken tofu with a simple ginger syrup on the warm setting of your rice cooker. This dish is a beloved Japanese breakfast, protein-rich, gentle on the stomach, and deeply soothing on cold mornings. Making it in the rice cooker means you always have a warm, healthy breakfast without any complicated technique or timing. Number 12. Steam sweet potatoes for a naturally sweet snack. Place whole small sweet potatoes on the steaming rack, add water, and cook. Steaming brings out the natural sugars in the potato in a way that roasting simply cannot replicate. Japanese people eat steamed sweet potatoes as a snack, a side, and even as a dessert base. They come out incredibly tender, almost custardy on the inside, with a natural sweetness that tastes like it has been enhanced when it has not. Number 11. Cook pasta in the rice cooker. This one sounds strange, but works remarkably well. Add pasta, cover it with water about 2 inches above the pasta. Add a pinch of salt, and press cook. Stir once partway through if you can. The pasta absorbs the water and finishes perfectly al dente. This is a hack that Japanese students living in small apartments have been using for years when stovetop access is limited, and it is a genuine lifesaver in tight kitchens. Number 10. Make chawanmushi, the silkiest egg custard on earth. Chawanmushi is a traditional Japanese savory egg custard, and the rice cooker makes it foolproof. Beat 2 eggs with 1.5 times the volume of warm dashi. Add a small splash of soy sauce and strain the mixture into a heat-proof bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap and steam in your rice cooker with water below for about 12 minutes. The result is a silky, melt-in-your-mouth custard, gently seasoned, that Japanese families eat as a side dish or a light meal. The straining step is what removes air bubbles and gives it that flawless texture. Number 9. Cook lentils and beans without soaking them overnight. Add red lentils and water in a 2-to-1 ratio, press cook, and you are done in about 20 minutes. For harder beans like chickpeas or black beans, run 2 to 3 full cook cycles. The rice cooker builds up enough sustained heat to cook them through completely without any pre-soaking. This saves hours of planning and makes plant-based protein far more accessible on busy weeknights. Number 8. Bake a cheesecake using the water bath effect. Prepare a standard cheesecake batter and pour it into the greased rice cooker pot. Run the cook cycle 2 to 3 times until the center is just barely set with a slight jiggle. The rice cooker naturally acts as a water bath because its heat comes from the bottom and sides rather than from above, which is exactly the environment a traditional water bath provides. The result is a cheesecake with none of the cracking or rubbery texture that ruins so many oven-baked attempts. Japanese home bakers have been perfecting this for years. Number 7. Proof. Bread dough perfectly every time. Place your kneaded bread dough in a lightly oiled rice cooker bowl. Press the warm setting and leave the lid on for 30 to 45 minutes. The gentle warmth creates the ideal proofing environment. Dough that would take 2 hours to rise on the counter rises beautifully in under an hour in the rice cooker. This is especially useful in winter when kitchens run cold and traditional proofing takes forever. Number 6. Use the rice cooker as a slow cooker for soups and stews. Add your meat, vegetables, aromatics, and broth to the pot. Press cook to bring it to a boil. Then switch to warm and leave it for 4 to 6 hours. You get a deeply developed, slow-cooked flavor without needing a separate slow cooker appliance. The warm setting is equivalent to the low setting on a dedicated slow cooker and produces meltingly tender meat with beautifully integrated flavors. This is how Japanese grandmothers make their legendary long-simmered nabe dishes and rich winter soups. Number 5. Make homemade yogurt overnight using just the warm setting. Heat your milk separately to around 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Let it cool to around 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Stir in a few tablespoons of plain yogurt with active cultures as your starter. Pour it into the rice cooker bowl, close the lid, set it to warm, and leave it for 8 hours. By morning, you have thick, creamy homemade yogurt. The warm setting holds the temperature perfectly stable, which is exactly what yogurt cultures need to multiply and thicken the milk. Homemade yogurt at a fraction of the cost, using an appliance you already own. Number 4. Steam a whole chicken for the most tender result. Season a small whole chicken inside and out with salt, white pepper, ginger, and a rub of soy sauce. Place it in the rice cooker with just enough water to barely cover the bottom and run multiple cook cycles until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. The enclosed environment circulates steam constantly, cooking the chicken in its own juices. Steaming preserves the natural flavor of the chicken in a way roasting simply cannot. What you get is meat that falls off the bone with the gentlest push. Number 3. Make the perfect steamed sponge cake or mushi pan. Beat eggs with sugar until very fluffy. Fold in flour, baking powder, and melted butter. Pour into your lightly greased rice cooker bowl lined with parchment paper. Press cook and repeat cycles as needed for about 40 minutes. What you get is a soft, bouncy, golden sponge cake with a springy texture that Japanese cafes charge a premium for. The rice cooker creates the steamy atmosphere that gives this cake its distinctive light and airy crumb, something an oven cannot replicate. Number 2. Cook a full braised pork belly, the Japanese comfort classic. Brown your pork belly pieces quickly in a separate pan. Transfer them to the rice cooker with soy sauce, mirin, sake, sugar, garlic, and a piece of ginger. Add just enough water to come halfway up the pork and run multiple cook cycles for about 90 minutes total. The pork becomes melt in your mouth tender. The fat renders down into something silky. The sauce reduces into a deeply rich, glossy glaze that coats every piece. This is Japanese buta no kakuni, one of the most beloved comfort dishes in the entire cuisine, and the rice cooker gives you restaurant quality results without constant monitoring. Number 1. The trick that genuinely changes everything. Make Takikomi Gohan, the one-pot Japanese rice dish that turns your rice cooker into a full kitchen. This is something every Japanese family knows how to make, and that most people in the West have never heard of, and it will completely change how you feel about your rice cooker forever. Here is exactly how to do it. Rinse your rice and add it to the rice cooker with the appropriate amount of water. On top of the uncooked rice, arrange marinated chicken thigh pieces, sliced shiitake mushrooms, thin strips of carrot, and a piece of kombu. Make a simple sauce of soy sauce, mirin, sake, and a small pinch of sugar, and drizzle it over everything in the pot. Press cook and do not open the lid until the cycle is completely finished. The rice cooks underneath while the toppings gently steam above, and the sauce drips down into the rice as everything cooks, infusing every single grain with flavor. During the last 2 minutes, drizzle an extra bit of soy sauce and sesame oil down the inside edge of the pot. This creates a slightly caramelized crispy layer at the bottom of the rice, which Japanese cooks call okoge, and it is considered the most prized part of the whole dish. It is smoky, savory, crispy, and unlike anything you have ever tasted from a rice cooker. Go make this tonight. Your entire family will be talking about it tomorrow. If you tried any of these hacks, drop a comment below and tell me which one surprised you the most. And if you want more genius kitchen secrets from Japanese kitchens that have quietly figured out how to do more with less for generations, make sure you subscribe because we have so much more coming that you do not want to miss.